This transfer portal is shaking loose some of these athletes, finally allowing them to get into programs that they can get in there and be an instant impact. But for those athletes that are still in the transfer portal, trying to find a home so that they can continue their collegiate football careers, I'm trying to figure out who's sitting down with them making these decisions, because I know some of these young men, they're trying to make decisions based on how they can help their families. How can they position themselves so that once their eligibility is up playing collegiate football, it will propel them to go play on the next level. And then too, you got some that's out there that's trying to make sure that they position themselves so that they can take care of their kids. And I get that as well. But my question is, who's sitting down having legitimate conversations with these athletes when it comes to making these decisions based on where they're looking to take their talents to next? But I know one thing for certain is this one athlete, he has been fortunate because he's actually found himself a home. And this is the third home for him in 2 years. We're going to talk about this young man right after. You know, it's your favorite coach back at it again. 10 toes down, about to tell you how it all went down. This is Tomorrow League Sports Network with your host, Coach Walker. If you're new to the channel, please like, share, subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you can get all upcoming videos. For all my leaders out there, welcome back. Y'all know the drill. Y'all know the routine. If you haven't done so already, please like, comment, share these videos, and tap your freedom to tell them to come on in. It's nothing but positive vibes. We're just having a good time talking about HBCU sports. And don't forget, you can follow us on all social media platforms. The links are listed down below in the description. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and jump on in this thing, because I'm like, Coach, what you got brewing over there, brother? How was your holiday? Hey, everything was great. Had a great holiday. Got to kick back, relax a little bit, sit on the back patio, you know, stare off into the stars and see, you know, exactly what's going on. Just let my mind relax just a little bit. But you know what? What's taking place right now, and I hope this reaches a couple of you athletes out there that are having issues with trying to find a home within this transfer portal. And I know you're trying to accomplish some things as far as with trying to set things up for your futures, as well as, you know, if, like I said previously, if you got kids, you're trying to make sure you position yourself so that you can take care of your kids in a proper fashion. And I respect and understand that. But my $1 million question is, who's sitting down with these athletes having realistic conversations? Is it the parents? Is it the coaches? Is it a mentor? Is it, you know, who's doing it? I mean, because your fellow teammate can't have this conversation with you. I'm just going to be honest with you. And I'm hoping that that is not happening in most instances. And I'm sure it's not. But coach just had to put that out there, because if I didn't say it, somebody be like, well, you know, hey, coach, let me talk to you on the side, bro. Hey, you know, I was talking to a couple of teammates. Don't know. You don't put your future in the hands of somebody else that's not going to understand exactly where you're going and what you have going on at the moment. Sometimes when you're looking to reach a particular destination, sometimes you have to make a right instead of a left-hand turn at a particular time that you have schemed out on your map there. You know, it's like you got your map drawn out, and they say, hey, 2 years down the line, we need to make a hard left. But no, that hard left is not the left you need to make right now. You need to make a hard right or keep straight down that path for you to get to where you're trying to go. It could get you there a little bit easier, or it might not, you know, it can get you there a little bit easier, but if you make that left, it might not get you there at all. I mean, and that's just a true, legitimate statement that I just want to put out there, because oftentimes when we make hasty decisions, it ends up costing us in the long run. Remember, one thing about going into that transfer portal, a lot of collegiate athletes don't get a second time around, let alone a third time around, to continue playing a sport that they love to play, which is a child sport that they are looking to get themselves paid playing once they're done with college football. Now, after saying all of that, they're having to make hasty decisions at times when they're not, in some instances, not mature or ready to make those decisions. You have to, if that burden is put on you where you have to make that decision, because guess what? It's almost like you feeling like your life is on the line. And you're like, man, I got to make a decision. If I don't make a decision, boy, this thing could be costly. But, you know, I tell you, it's not going to be costly to you. It's just a matter of sitting down and really rationing out exactly what it is you're looking to do. Hey, do your pro and cons list if you have to. But I honestly feel this has been, you know, I honestly feel this transfer portal has bitten a lot of athletes in the behind. I mean, if you look at the numbers here, it's really going to have you shocked to see exactly how many athletes have gone into the transfer portal, and those that are still sitting there, especially on the FBS and the FCS levels. This thing is not something to play games with, because the simple fact is, once you get in this bad boy, if you're not fitting the necessity that these coaches are looking for, then guess what they're going to do? They're going to bounce on, they're going to try to find somebody else that can very well do that thing. Or oftentimes when you move around too much, they don't really want to fool with you because they look at you as an athlete that doesn't have stability. We've seen some coaches over at some of these HBCU, FCS programs lose athletes at a heavy clip. I mean, you had Jackson State lose athletes, Bethune-Cookman, Alabama A&M, FAMU, Norfolk State, Benedict College, Albany State. You had Morehouse, Clark Atlanta. You had, I mean, there's a bevy of institutions that lost athletes to move on and want to go play somewhere else. I mean, heck, Southern University, Alcorn State University. I mean, we've seen it all happen. I mean, heck, even to the standpoint where you had the Clarion Ledger, they put up they had a report talking about the number of athletes that left Jackson State. I think it was like 24 athletes that left once the previous head coach Deion Sanders moved on. In an instance, there was one athlete decided, hey, he wanted to take his talents and move on to Colorado University with head coach Deion Sanders. That's now the head coach over there. And you know what? This young man, former Jackson State cornerback, Tayvion Beasley, defensive back, 5'11", 170 pounds, played in 9 games, 8 tackles, 2 interceptions and 2 pass breakups, transferred to Colorado. Only to go ahead and say, you know what? The spring game is over. It's been real, guys. We're going to go ahead and hit this transfer portal one more again. We're going to go and get up out of this. Very well be the things that he was expecting didn't come, you know, in the manner which he expected them to. And I got to respect him for that, for seeing it, you know, firsthand. Say, hey, let me go ahead, bounce up out of here, and go get myself somewhere where I can really be in position to do what I need to do. And this young man got an opportunity to get a third bite of the apple, in which he ended up getting picked up by San Diego State University. I looked at the schematics as far as how everything goes with that defense over there. That defense is phenomenal because they use their defensive backs within the scheme of things. I mean, heck, you had probably about 10, 11 daggone defensive backs last season that played. They had some substantial playing time out there on the field, allowing them to get reps in, during game time. So that's a good thing for him as well. And this young man is now going to go back home. He's going to be close home in San Diego. Very well get some instant playing time because there's several defensive backs that are no longer with the program. Ed McElvin, C.J. Bakersfield, and then you had another athlete who I believe he ran out of eligibility, so he's moving on to go play. Well, excuse me, he ran out of eligibility, so there's a possibility that he may be playing on the next level. So right off, this allows Beasley an opportunity to get in there and showcase what he can do for the Aztecs to get him some time out there on the field. Coach going to go ahead and get up on out of here. If y'all see that young man, y'all give him a high five, salute him, and tell him congratulations. Glad he found his way, and hopefully he's happy where he's at now. And definitely look forward to seeing him doing some great things out there on the field. But Coach going to go ahead and get up on out this thing. But until next time, be the one and lead.